What's up, y'all? It's Jay here. Happy Tuesday. And welcome back to my channel. I don't remember the last time I was on here. However, I'm hoping that you all had a great Easter weekend. It was a beautiful time for me, family time. It was just, it was very refreshing. It was amazing. But overall, I am happy to be back, and I have some stuff that I would like to share with you. Before I get into what today's video is about, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, follow me on Instagram, all the things. Make sure people see this video because I feel like it's relatable. It's something that has been racking my brain for a while. And now I feel like I can finally talk about it in a way that isn't attacking. It's not aggressive. I could talk about it in a calm manner. So here I am. Today's video is about people making a mockery of your trauma, people laughing at your trauma, making light of your trauma, not taking your trauma seriously. What do I mean by this? Example. So I don't know who I was talking to. It was somebody in my family though. I shared with that person some of the things I had been dealing with as a child and how my family pretty much intensified the pain of said trauma. Being bullied at school, being bullied at church, being bullied in my neighborhood, then coming home and having to face a group of young men making fun of me, making me pretty much miserable. Like, I just simply was not comfortable in my own skin. I hated myself. And so you can imagine me being 9, 10, 11, 12, trying to hide that, because being sensitive was also a crime. So it was just like a lot of things working against me. But I was sharing this with that family member, and all I got in response was, oh, they ain't mean that. Oh, that wasn't nothing. Look at you. I mean, you all right. You okay. You was all right. Like, just pretty much waving it off. And I feel like that pretty much, I don't know, it caused something to rise up in me. Most likely anger, because not everybody makes it out of that stage. I could have literally turned into something else because of what I was facing at that point. I could have become extremely bitter, cold, distant from my family. I could have tried to find myself in a lot of harmful and dangerous things to the point where I could have died early. Like, so many things could have happened because of the pain I was facing. We all know stories of kids who have been bullied, and because of the pain and it being so overwhelming, they took their own life. Or they grew up into adults who have coping mechanisms that are not healthy. We know about these people. I have many stories about times when I chose the less healthier response, the less healthier coping mechanism. Thanks be to God that he led me to a place of healing, and I'm still in that process, but I'm always looking for a way to become better. And it's only because of God. But like I said, not everybody has that story. So, I just thought about, like, how many of you, even just you, consider your family. How many of the people around you either are not aware of how they've affected you, or they simply don't take it seriously. The term "get over it," like, I can't even explain how angry that makes me when someone says that. Me hearing, oh, it wasn't that serious. Like, or just even a laugh. You laughing at me telling you what happened to me when I was younger. Me talking about being locked in a closet. It was about 90 some degrees. Me crying and screaming and punching the door. And nobody let me out until they felt like it. And that being a moment of humor for them. But that being a moment that marked me for a long time. Like, that's not an opportunity for you to find some type of laugh in just because your cousins used to beat you up. Like, that's not the same. Like, that was torture for me. Having to fight my uncle was torture for me. Having to fight my cousins was torture for me. Having to tell a older family member that my cousins are calling me fat and making fun of me just for them to be like, you such a dry snitch. You just snitching. That's not a moment of humor. Those types of situations, those responses help to mold a person. These kinds of experience groom people. You're teaching me how to respond. You're teaching me how to respond to my trauma, how to respond to my pain. Looking back, I saw that my pain inconvenienced the people around me. It was a bother to comfort me in a time of distress. It was a bother to protect me. It was a bother to go behind me and defend me. Even now, it is like, oh, here she go. Like, the irritation upon hearing me say that makes me uncomfortable or that made me uncomfortable. You know, like, you being dismissive toward me when I share that I don't like something or I never liked that even as a kid. Or because that happened to me, this is how I respond now. That dismissive behavior, that's teaching me something. It's always taught me something. You know? And so now I'm at this point in life where I feel like I'm going into overdrive to try to validate my pain. Like, with my new experiences, the new things I face, the new conflicts. Like, for example, I just ran into a situation with a friend, and the more I look into it, it was absolutely betrayal. And one of my other friends who knew about the situation, he responded with, "Oh, it's so small. Like, y'all just need to get over. Y'all need to, just waving it off and begging me to get over it for the sake of the unity of the friendship, just getting the group back into normalcy." But for me, that wasn't small. It was betrayal. Like, there are several steps a person takes before the betrayal happens. That one act. But there are steps. There are thoughts that go behind that. And so all of those steps where you could have been like, let me not hurt her. Let me think about her boundaries. Let me put my friend before my pleasure or before my comfort because I value this relationship. Let me respect her. Let me care. Let me consider her. You chose to say, whatever, she'll be all right. She'll get over it. That's exactly what her posture was. You think that's easy to get over? That's easy to just be like, oh yeah, it's all right. Me and you, we'll be okay. No, a lot went into that. A lot went into that because if I excuse that, then it'll open the door for something else to be excused. And then something else, and then something else. Because, I just want everybody to be comfortable. No. And so, me, with my no-nonsense attitude, I've been closing doors aggressively. Because I with the lack of sensitivity, I have to take my pain seriously. I think I have gone a bit far a few times, responding aggressively here and there. But I feel like it's necessary to be honest with myself and have my own back, because everybody isn't going to see your trauma as valid. Everybody's not going to see your distress, your pain as valid. Whether it's your loved ones, like your close family members, your close friends, the people who you grew up with, everybody's not going to see your pain as valid. Even thinking about one situation I ran into last year, one of my friends, she was trying to hook me up with this dude. And in the midst of that, they end up hooking up. And my feelings just got thrown out the window. There's some other things behind that. Some other inappropriate things that were going on. But overall, I'm the one who got played. What was expected out of me in the midst of that? For me to laugh it off? For me to get over it? For me to just be like, oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. But in reality, it wasn't. It wasn't okay. My feelings got hurt. I got played. I got stabbed in the back. But because everybody else benefited from the situation, my pain wasn't looked at as valid. It wasn't looked at as valid. And I hate to say, but I am someone who I end up in those kinds of situations often. And I think it's because I'm viewed as strong. I'm viewed as someone who has a great capacity. Like, I can handle a lot. I can carry a lot. I've been through a lot and I'm still here. And so I feel like people see that as grounds for offending you and expecting you to be able to recover quickly. But that's not valid. Because what you're saying is, regardless of what I throw at you, even though we're friends, even though I love you, and whatever, we have a relationship, regardless of how I feel about you, I'm going to hurt you and expect you to get over it. You're putting your perspective of me above my reality, which is I'm a human being and I have feelings and I have boundaries, which means that what I value has to be protected. What I value has to be honored. Just like vice versa. I should see what you value as something that I should honor. Your values help you to create your boundaries. But if you just decide, oh, whatever, I don't care about those, I'm gonna knock them down because I just want to do what I want to do, that just means you don't actually care. You don't actually care about me. So, I've been having to sit with a lot of truths, a lot of hard truths, things that I didn't want to admit to myself, that I don't have that many people who are called to surround me during this sensitive time. I don't have a lot of people who I can fall back on. I don't have a lot of people who can uphold me. I don't have a lot of people who have the capacity to help me navigate through this. And it could be because they don't have the tools for their own journeys, or it could be because they don't care. Either way, if I don't take my pain seriously, if I don't take my experiences seriously, who will? It's a question that you can ask yourself. If you don't sit with your own pain, if you don't acknowledge your own pain, process through it, give yourself the room to figure things out and to heal, who will? The more you present yourself as somebody who can handle any and every kind of offense, any and every kind of pain, the more people are going to feel comfortable offending you, comfortable throwing things on you, placing things on you as burdens that you should be able to handle. The more people are going to disrespect your boundaries and expect you to recover well and recover easily. You have to take your pain seriously. There's no reward in acting like you're not hurt. There's no reward in that. Imagine somebody running your foot over and then being like, oh, hurry up and get in the house. Hurry up and go in the house so I can go. And you pretended like you're not in pain and limping your way to the door so they can go on with their day. What's the benefit in that? Not being a bother? There is no benefit. The more you act like the pain isn't there, the more it's going to fester. The worse it's going to get. And the longer your healing process is going to be. Stop thinking that you're the person who needs to help make other people's lives easier by dismissing your pain. You're not responsible for making their lives more convenient, especially if it is at the demise of your own healing journey. Like, you have to, at some point, prioritize your own well-being. I'm not talking about being selfish. I'm not talking about being self-indulged. I'm talking about caring about yourself, being more considerate of you, putting yourself in the best possible position to get better, to be surrounded by better. That's all I'm saying. I told myself I'm going to continue to be no nonsense. Sometimes you do have to think, what did my boss used to say? Assume best intentions. So like the people who you really believe you know them and you know, you feel like you know their true intentions. Like some stuff may have been an accident. They didn't really intend to hurt you. But in most times, your discernment will show you that this person meant to cause me harm. This person isn't being supportive toward me. You're not a safe place. Like, take your discernment seriously and know who belongs in this space that you're in when it's time for you to heal, when it's time for you to prioritize your own recovery. Everybody can't be there. Because everybody don't want you to be better. Everybody don't care if you get better. They just want their convenience. So you need to care. That's literally the only way you'll begin to see some kind of progress. I'm a living witness of it, because the more I've become no nonsense and serious about acknowledging my pain in a moment and doing what I got to do to recover well, the more the wrong people have filtered out. And I feel more at peace in that. While you may not be able to go around cutting everybody off and being like, no, I'm hurt right now. What I'm saying is, don't allow people to dismiss your pain. And don't dismiss your pain just to make others' lives easier. Bottom line. That's all I had to say, y'all. I just wanted to get that out because I felt like other people could relate to this. It's been coming up a lot for me. And I've been meeting with God about it because it's quite the battle. But anyway, I love y'all so much. I hope you have been having a great week, as I said. If you haven't already, I got to plug this in. If you haven't already purchased my Healing Through Rejection workbook, make sure you do so. It is available on my Etsy, the digital download, and on Amazon, digital and physical. Love y'all so much. Thank you for the support. Continue to have a beautiful day. Bye.